Hey guys, Carl Haynard here. Just wanted to show you probably the best Twitter client I've ever come across on any platform that is Linux, Mac, or Windows. It is so wonderful that it made me boot into Windows Vista just to try it out and film it for you, so that must be how wonderful it is. But anyways, let's just talk about that instead of operating systems. This Twitter client is called Blue, and it is made by a company called 1323, and as you can tell, they have a nice website, but that's another point. This Twitter client itself is very special due to the fact that it does not seem to be compatible with Windows XP. It requires Vista, Windows 7, or a computer that can use .NET 3.5, and it even says the Vista Twitter client. So it is built especially for Vista, and I have to say it probably takes advantage of its core services and its user interface because it sure looks like it does. Now see, these are some screenshots here. You can view as many tweets as you like in your window. All sorts of inline replies, seeing the full conversation, and tinyURL integration, among other features. And they even have sites to follow them on Twitter. That's how into it they are. Now I'll probably add that in annotation so you guys have the chance to follow them. So let's just load it up. I don't want to say too much because I just want you guys to see the interface itself. It's just so wonderful and beautiful that I have to give major props to it. So it's in my quick launch, obviously. Yeah, it loads up very quickly and it's just so wonderful. I mean, isn't that so cool, just having it type in your stuff for you? Well, that's another point, I guess. But anyways, Blue is a breath of fresh air in the Twitter client area, I have to say, because I'm just used to the typical white window, arrow top, and that's it. And same thing for OS 10, to be honest. Just transparent window, yada yada, or Adobe Air for Twirl, which is just horrid. I hate that application. But anyways, let's get into the user interface. So as you can tell, it's kind of iPhone style. You can scroll down with the scroll wheel. There's no scroll bar, so people might be miffed by the lack of a scroll bar, but that doesn't matter. We'll start at the bottom, just because that's where most of your activity will be. We have favorites, home, direct, update, and refresh. So on favorites, I don't have anything here, but it will show any of your favorite tweets. At direct, it shows my direct messages, as you can tell. Very nice. And in update is just a little area to type in. And refresh is just doing something. So let's go into the update box. Update, as you can tell, it comes out really cool. And there's even a word count in the back. So I'll say, check out this Twitter client. And I'll just take the URL from here, and you'll see how the tinyURL integration works here. It doesn't require you to actually go to the server of tinyURL before it does anything, and it does it right here in the browser. So instead of yelling at me for a lack of space, if, say, the URL is more than 140 words, it just does it here. It's really cool, and I'll type it in. And since I have a new tweet, it pops up in a nice little notification bubble, so I just click that. Everything updates, and here it is. And I click it, and brings it up just like it should. Now, let's get into some of these bubbles here. As you can tell, when you hover over them, some contextually sensitive menus come up. Let's start with their profile picture. You just click that. This is Alex Albrecht, by the way. You can reveal their profile information. They have their websites, description, even their last update, which is here. You can unfollow them, you can favorite, which I will do. There you go. And you can even block them. You can get their user tweets and just scroll down and read them. Now let's go back to home. If you hover over once more, you can see that they have these different menus. There's retweet, send a direct message, and reply. And I'll reply, and it flips it over. You can see the word count in the background. It already typed that at Alex Albrecht for me, and I'll just say, sounds like a good meal. And as you can tell, I purposely spell these things wrong because it has spell check built in. I don't know if that's a feature of Vista or this, but anyway, it's helpful. So just click check, and it sends it. Now, a retweet is probably the only thing I've never seen in another Twitter browser. Maybe it's more buried in others, but anyway, it's really cool. Now, the final detail that really makes me believe that these people care is showing the other Twitter client that people are using. See, you can See, there's links on the top right saying what client they're using, like Twinkle, Blue, and it even says, see what Blue is all about, see what Twitter font's all about. And if you click it, it'll bring you to their homepage, which is really, really cool. And I have to say, it encourages you to explore Twitter browsers because there's no perfect one, as I will go over with this. But anyways, let's just hop into our settings to see what kind of stuff we have. You have the opacity of the application, which doesn't make too much of a difference, but I guess it would if you are big into that. Your refresh frequency, which is at 7 minutes for me. An audible tweet, which will make a little bit of a charm whenever someone makes a tweet. And log in my Twitter sessions, which means it'll save my Twitter sessions as a text file. And then log me in automatically, which you saw. Now, this application, while it is very beautiful and functional, it lacks a few things and needs to improve in others. For example, there's no Twitter picture integration, so you can't just choose your picture in this, upload to TwitPic from this client. You're gonna have to go to TwitPic still and do that from there, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I don't think there's any client that does that yet. So whenever that does that, let me know. And finally, this application, quite frankly, takes a lot of system resources. I'm just gonna pull up my task manager here, and we'll see how much memory this takes. Blue is right here, and it takes 132,664K of RAM. That's a lot, quite frankly. Especially when other applications that seem to do more take up much less. But they'll probably be working on some more optimization. And really, I have to say this is the best Twitter client I've ever seen on any platform, as I've said. And honestly, you guys, check it out if you're using Windows or Windows 7, Windows Vista. Okay, so thanks for watching my video. See you in another.